Hello YouTube and welcome to May's monthly lineup challenge. If you watched April's, I hope you enjoyed that one because I certainly did. That was definitely an unexpected break there to finish. But on to this one, and since then I kind of haven't been playing stroke queuing too well, so I'm going into this one not expecting anything decent, but I am still hoping for, firstly, a break or breaks of 50 and above, as I think that's kind of a decent benchmark. But if I can then get my average over, I initially started off with 50 and then sort of moved it up to 60. But if I can keep it around that area, I will be very happy. And as always in these videos, using the spottable so you can see any sort of spin that I'm putting on it, wanted or unwanted. And it also helps me a lot as well. One other thing I will say about this video is a little bit later on, I can't remember which attempt it is, I do try a very slightly different queuing technique. Basically one where I don't feather the ball, just sort of get down, line up and just play the shot. Because sometimes I feel that doing feathers and going through a routine like this, sometimes it feels like it's making the game take too long, and by the time I'm pushing through the queue, my mind is completely off of the ball that I'm then going for, and I'm starting to think about the next shot. So yeah, I've been trialing something slightly different, but we'll have to see how that attempt goes. So into the 30s, just taking the one pink so far. That one's a bit overhit. Yeah, a little shake of the head. Not too happy with that cue ball, to be honest, but wanting to try and stay on the black just to get over 50 as soon as possible, and that is an awful miss. Wrong shot choice on that one. I should have gone for red that was below the blue and then sort of screwed back a little bit and held to the pink, and then I would have continued with that one. So poor shot selection and execution made me stop on 39, unfortunately. So on to attempt 2. So get rid of these 2 reds closest to the black. Just trying new things there, just hitting the cue ball slightly higher up and trying to hit it a little bit more positively so that the cue ball doesn't come too far away from the reds and too close to the cushion. Sometimes that works, and sometimes the cue ball then ends up just touching touching the next object ball. So that's not good, but on that particular black shot it worked. That one was straight, so just coming back on off the cushion. Now, the bottom one of these 2 reds I'm looking at, if I take it, I'm running into the black or away from it. So this one I can just drop in, on and off the side cushion, and then I'll have a choice of pink or black again. Deciding to stay on the black. Let's try and get up towards this 50 mark as quick as possible. Yeah, same situation actually with that red that's directly above the black. I would have been kind of running into it or going close to it. So just to keep things nice and safe, drop that one in, stay on the pink, and just try and keep things as simple and straightforward as possible. So not happy with that one when I first get down. So quickly stand back up. Now soft stun, just to keep the white close to the reds. No point in running that one on and off the cushion. Playing for a choice of the two below it. That will take me then straight back down onto the black. Yeah, I've done something wrong there. I've either not hit high enough up the cue ball to make the white come off the black at a different angle to get it closer to the reds, or yeah, I've just done something wrong there and played a very poor black to red shot, but nice recovery. So this one, another soft stun, and this will take me onto the red that is above the black. Right, so there's the first target. We're over 50. Right, over 60, so this is going relatively well, I reckon. Just staying down on that one, making sure I've got the pot. Now, screw the black on and off the cushion, and then I'll have a choice of those three reds above the pink into the middle pocket, just depending on where the cue ball finally rests. Now, I could take the middle one of the two, but that might run into the bottom red of the three. So that's why I've stood back up and deciding to play the top one and screw that one back, and as long as I cue it positively, I'll come back for the black, because there's no way I'm going to hold for the pink. But attempt 2 ends on 70, but that's a good score. I'm very happy with 70. Just imparted a little bit of unwanted side on that one, I think. So 39 followed by 70, going in the right direction, I suppose. Just got to see if I can keep this one going. As you can see, they're playing it with top and a little bit of left, running it off of two cushions just to make sure it comes far enough away from the side, so I'll have a choice of colours. Yeah, so I really didn't like that shot, and I haven't played it particularly well as I've only screwed back to the cushion. So just a very simple drop in for this one, just to make sure that I do stay nicely on the colour. So recovered that one okay. Back in decent position. Guess the same type of shot here, just as it's dead straight, will come on and off the cushion, and then have a choice of a couple of reds, hopefully. But that one has been under hit because I'm still far too close to the cushion. So a recovery red, drop this one in and stay on the pink. Oh, you absolute muppet. Don't quite know what I did wrong there. I don't know if that was lining it up wrong or putting a little bit of unwanted side on it, but for whatever reason, I've missed it. And that break ended on a measly 24. But this is where I kind of start to try and play a little bit quicker. I know I'm still doing feathers at the moment. All these shots, just trying to keep things as simple as possible, really. You know, just taking everything into mind of what coach has been saying to me, and all the other guys on YouTube that do give some very, very good tips. Just try and relax. And try and keep that cue ball under control, because that is ultimately what is going to lead you and me on to bigger and better things. So yeah, so this is where I do start to try and speed up a little bit. Yeah, that one's gone in alright. So decided to, rather than try and play off a couple of cushions, just hit that one plain ball, no side, no nothing, and that one's worked quite nicely. Could have just gently robbed that one through for the pink in the opposite corner, but that was one of the times when I'm being lazy and didn't want to walk around the table where I had the angle to be able to do that. So back to where I want to be, back into the 50s. Now I've got a choice of playing on the blue or the pink here. So I'm deciding to go up for the blue, but if I do take the blue, it's a bit thin. So am I going to run into reds? Got a feeling, even if I do try and screw this one away, the angle it's going to come off the blue, I'm going to hit that red directly below it, which I have done, which has meant the cue ball has gone wonky donkey down next to the top cushion. So into the 60s, but not quite as I wanted, and I've got this ridiculously tough red to the middle, but managed to stay nice and still and get that one. But gone too far for the blue this time, so just the green, and then hopefully playing for the red above the blue. But as you can see, I've got into that way too much. I've hit too low on the cue ball and too hard, and the white has ended up in no man's land, basically touching that red. So now I've got to try and fluke one into the middle bag, and it wasn't too far away, and even that one going across there. So excuse me, a poor screw shot off the green has made that break end on 65, but again we're over 60. Now, can I get anywhere close to that with this final attempt? So keeping the cue ball nice and close to the reds. One thing that I have taken from various different other guys on YouTube and indeed my coach is trying not to use too much in the way of side when trying to keep close control of the cue ball, like when you're next to the reds and colours like this. If you're having to do a lot of work, then maybe it might be a good idea, and sometimes you do need it, but most of the time you don't need it, and a lot of it is just down to timing and stroking the balls. Just about gone far enough for the black there. So I want to try and get rid of one of the reds just above the black, so that it will then open up the other two. So if I just play sort of a soft stun and get above the pink, so I can play it into the bottom right corner next to where I am. But I've taken my eyes off the red and missed it. So we end the last break, unfortunately, on only 45. Right, let's have a quick look at the results then. Not as good as I'd hoped, if I'm honest. There was a couple of shots there that were easy that I should have got, but obviously we're not going to put everything, otherwise I'd be earning lots of money from playing this game. But so attempt 1 ended on 39. Attempt 2 was a fairly decent 70. 3 was a 24, where I missed that red to the middle bag, which I should have got. Then attempt 4, 65, and attempt 5, 45. So fairly consistent, actually. They're not, we've got a range of 24 to 70. So that's better than what I've had in the past. But it does mean that the average is only 49, or just shy of. So need to work on that a little bit, and I've got a lesson coming up in a couple of days with my coach, and hopefully he can point me in the right direction of things to think about and do to maybe improve the average on my breaks and whatnot. I know that I strike the ball well, mostly, but there's a lot of other things to consider. So thank you very much for joining me with May's attempt. Hopefully you enjoyed this one and you've taken some things that you can or shouldn't implement in your own games. And I will see you very soon with the next league or cup game. But for now, take care.